Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez accusing the Trump administration of holding migrant detainees in what she describes as concentration camps. That comment, as you might guess, already drawing quite the backlash. One official calling it an insult to those who protect our borders.
I think it's disgusting to compare what the men and women do out in the border right now to that, and it is definitely a slap in the face to a lot of these individuals that have family members that actually went through concentration camps. I've said it many times, some of these people need to crack open a history book before they make some comments.
The New York Democrat tweeting this clarification then earlier today for the shrieking Republicans who don't know the difference. Concentration camps are not the same as death camps. Concentration camps are considered by experts as, quote, the mass detention of civilians without trial. That is exactly what this administration is doing. Let's bring in James Carafano. He is vice president of the Heritage Foundation. He also served on President Trump's Homeland Security transition team. Sir, thank you for joining us. What did you think of her clarification?
Thought it was historically inaccurate. I've been to Dachau, I've been to Auschwitz, I've been to Flossenburg. Concentration camps are places where all human liberty is suspended. I mean, and it wasn't just the Nazis who did this. Other people have done this as well, and indeed the Chinese are doing this today. But to say that detaining people on the border according to U.S. law is a concentration camp it's just factually incorrect.
There's also a lot of irony in her saying, you know, if that doesn't bother you, and kind of, you know, making these exaggerated moves in the sense that she's the one with the power to do something about it. You know, the way that the border has become a humanitarian crisis, the only one that can fix that are folks in Congress who need to put together a plan and vote on it. So, you know, for her, I wonder, you know, isn't she the one that, if it's bothering her, could go and help fix it?
Well, look, I don't do politics, and I don't pay much attention to what politicians say. On the one hand, there's, you know, a clear lack of proportionality out here. When we blow up and exaggerate everything we don't like into the most extreme forms of criminality, evil, and violence, it's just hard to have an honest public discourse. So that's a problem. But it ties into the second issue that you just raised, which is Congress has a role in fixing this. You read the Constitution, providing for the common defense, securing the border, those are not just executive responsibilities. Congress has a role in that, and Congress has literally done nothing. And so to hear somebody, a sense, to complain that, well, our borders are unsecured, people are pouring across the border, we're forced to detain these people as if they have no responsibility there is a bit disingenuous, I guess.
Yeah. When President Trump tweets that mass deportations are going to begin of millions of illegal immigrants beginning next week, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't pay a lot of attention to the presidential tweets because they're just tweeting. But here's a fact, and which I think, if you understand the policy, the president's comments make perfect sense. The fact is, there are at least, or over 1 million people inside the United States with legal deportation orders. In other words, they have no other legal recourse. They've had their due process. They have no right whatsoever to remain in the United States. We should be deporting them. Otherwise, our immigration laws make no sense whatsoever if we can't even deport people that the court has ordered to be deported. So I think deporting them is important. I think the president's spot on there. Who will ever respect our immigration laws if we don't deport people who, by every legal measure, have no right to be here?
What do you think the solution at the border is?
Well, I think it's exactly the kinds of things that the administration has been working on. We have to work with Latin America. The president's been really tough on that. We have to secure the border. The president's been tough on that. We have to deal with illegal immigration here and enforce the laws. That's what the latest tweet is all about. And we have to reform the legal immigration system. We wrote a report at Heritage. It's on our website, heritage.org, an agenda for immigration reform. We go through all these things step by step, and you have to address all the pieces. And it seems like that's exactly what the administration is trying to do.
Not getting a lot of help, though. Sir, thank you for coming on.
No.
We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.